Welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry. That's Nick. Or that's Nick, sorry. That's Andy. And Sports Guy is now joining us as well. Welcome in, guys. We have 7 games to go over for this Saturday. So we will jump right on in here with the first game. San Jose is in Florida. Minus 270 for San Jose. Plus 270 for San Jose. Minus 340 for Florida. A total of 6.5, minus 110 each way in this game. For me, I like. Sorry, I don't have my picks up. I am slacking hard here. I think it's Florida race to 4 goals. Let me check here. I thought I had it up. Bennett anytime goal. So I only went with Bennett anytime goal in this game. He has got a goal in 6 of his last 8, but let me check to make sure that's. Bennett has a goal in at least 1 goal in 6 of his last 7 games. Florida, obviously the best team at home, 22-3 this year, scoring 4.72 goals a game at home. I'll take Bennett to get a goal. I think he scores in this one. Nick, what do you think?
It's Florida's playing right. I'll go with the over in this spot here. Over 6.5, Florida and San Jose. Florida's gone over not only 6.5 but 7 expected goals in 4 of their last 5 games. San Jose over the 6.5 in 3 of their last 5. Florida over 3.33 expected goals on offense in 4 of their last 5 games. They've gone over 3.57 expected goals against in 3 of their last 5. On the other side, San Jose at least 3 expected goals in 3 of their last 5. So these are 2 teams that are creating chances and giving up a lot of chances and scoring a lot of goals. So over 6.5, and then my goal scorer for this one, I think I put together a goal scorer for every game I like. I have Alexander Barkov at plus 120 for this one.
All right. Money Mac, welcome in. What do you think in this game?
I'm on Florida race to 4. Got that at minus 120. It's pretty simple in this matchup here. Florida's clearly the better team. They're 7-0 versus a team with a losing record, and San Jose is 1-7 the last 8 as a dog. And San Jose is also 1-0-4 in the last 4 meetings. So I'm not going to back aside, but I do expect Florida to put up quite a few goals tonight. They're averaging almost 5 goals a game at home. So Florida race to 4 minus 120.
All right. Andy, welcome in. What do you think in this game? San Jose, Florida.
Thanks, Terry. Yeah, look, I'm on the same. I'm on Florida race to 4. I've got it at minus 130. I do like the over also. Florida, all the angles for Florida strongly support it. San Jose, however, has gone under quite a lot, particularly on the road. And in this head-to-head, this has been an under-dominant head-to-head also. But I think ultimately Florida being at home overcomes that strong under trend between these 2 teams. So I would lean to the over, but officially I'm on Florida race to 4 goals at minus 130.
All right. That's Sports Guy. Welcome in. What do you think here, San Jose, Florida?
You can make that 3 of us on the race to 4. I'm on it at minus 120. I expect goals in this game as well. But for me, I usually just don't touch totals at 6.5. I tend to stay away. But it's a strong lean towards the over as well. I don't think we're going to see San Jose come out flat. I think they'll be able to put a couple by Bobrovsky, maybe 1 to 2. But I think that Florida comes out. I think they dominate this game at home, like we've seen them do on multiple occasions. So for me, it's Florida race to 4. If you wanted to play the over, I don't hate it, but like I said, I personally just tend to stay away at 6.5.
All right. Yeah, I was looking at the Florida race to 4. I never quite got to it. Just Bennett to score. We will move on along to the second game of the night here. Edmonton Oilers minus 250 are in Montreal plus 210. A total of 6.5 again in this game here. I am Nurse over half an assist at plus 120. It is a heavy props day for me today. I didn't quite like quite a few of these sides here. So went with some props. Nurse has assists in back-to-back games, and at plus 120, I think the Oilers get some goals here against Montreal, and I think Nurse should get an assist here. Oilers 3-1-1 in their last 5 in Montreal. Oilers have won 3 in a row. They are looking okay since their losing streak there. Nick, what do you think in this game, Edmonton, Montreal?
I think it's time we start putting respect a little bit on this Edmonton team. They've won 3 in a row. They've won the expected goal battle in 5 straight. I feel like I was the only one on Edmonton the other day, or at least during the look ahead show, and they won in a shootout. Unfortunately, I had the puck line for them, but they've done really well lately. Expected goals of 3.75 or more in 5 straight games on offense. They've gone over 6 or 6.5 in 4 of their last 5 games, over 6 expected goals in all of their last 5 games. I got this personally at 6, this total. I got over 6 at minus 123, and I got the team total over for Edmonton at 3.5 at minus 150 as well. And then for my goals, I got a couple goal scorer props in this one. Actually, I got my normal one with McDavid at plus 110. And then my biggest goal scorer prop bet that I've made since I've started messing around with these, half unit play. I usually quarter units on each of them. Let's address the elephant in the room here. Evander Kane's going to score a goal tonight. Plus 180, Evander Kane, anytime goal scorer for the Edmonton Oilers as well for me.
All right. Money Mac, what do you think here, Edmonton and Montreal?
Didn't like anything on the side of the total. Just a little bit nervous about it. But I do have Draisaitl to score a goal at minus 110 or 105. He's I've had him in my fantasy team this year, and he's just been red hot. Clearly one of the top 3 players in the league. So I'm not going to mess around with the side or wait for Edmonton to do Edmonton things again. So I'm just going to ride the Draisaitl. Anytime goal scorer up minus 105.
All right. Andy, what do you think here, Edmonton, Montreal?
I'm with Nick here. I think Edmonton had that prolonged drought of not being able to win, and that mainly was because they couldn't score. And now they've managed to squeak out 3 consecutive wins, and they get to face the weakest team in that stretch now. So they should win this game, and I think that they win it handily. I'm actually going to take Edmonton Oilers on the puck line, which is plus 110.
All right. Oilers in the puck line. As AJS says, getting wild. We're getting wild here. That's awesome. That's Barskaya. What do you think here, Edmonton, Montreal?
For me, I think this might end up being a stay away. I definitely lean Edmonton on the puck line. I think, like Nick said, we've seen them kind of turn a corner here where they've won the expected goal battle as of late. They've been playing a lot better hockey. For the problems they were having before seem to be kind of solved now. I mean, if you look back at their last few games, their expected goals against total has dropped as of late, so they are playing a little better defensively here. Montreal, on the other hand, over their last 11 games is averaging almost 15.5 high danger chances against per game, so they're giving up a lot of chances here. I think this is a smash spot for the Oilers, but just with Skinner and net for Edmonton, I'm not really going to trust the puck line. I think personally, I'd rather just kind of watch this game and see how it goes. Maybe bet the Oilers if they go down a goal. But I think the Oilers are definitely the right side. It's a lean towards the puck line. I just think I can't trust them just yet with Skinner and net, but I mean the metrics are there to back this team getting some positive regression here moving forward. I mean, I think we could see him go on a little bit of a streak. But I think, like I said, they're definitely the right side. Lean towards the Oilers puck line, lean towards the over 6.5 as well. But I think ultimately it might just be a stay away.
Yeah, it is. It is Skinner versus Montalban in this game. I didn't know that Skinner was starting.
Makes me like the over a little bit more.
Oh,
Yeah,
Evander
definitely.
Kane is playing with McDavid.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Evander Kane
and like
is
Nick
playing
said,
with
I think Evander scores tonight. I think that's definitely a good angle here. But over might end up making my card, but as a side, I don't think I'll end up taking anything.
Yeah. Plus, this is the best opponent Evander Kane can match up with for his first game with the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh,
Like,
for
if
sure.
you want to score, if you need to score a goal, and this is your first game with the team, I don't think there's a better team to play right now than other than maybe Buffalo with their goaltending situation. Like Montreal is probably the best team you can play right now if you need to score a goal.
Yeah, like I have Montreal with an expected goals against floating just under 4 over their last 11 games. Like this is definitely a spot for Evander and for the Oilers.
I'm actually going to be looking going forward to fade Edmonton. Going forward, Evander Kane is locker room poison. He's going to hurt that team more than he's going to help that team. So I am going to be looking in the future San Jose got rid of him for a reason.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, it's just
I
when you
disagree with
say
that.
and when you say in the future, you're talking in a year from now or in the
no,
next week?
I'm not fading them versus Montreal tonight. But when they start playing good teams, I am not going to. I'm going to fade them. I'm going to look to fade them because
I disagree.
Kane is going to bring a negative impact to the locker room.
Yeah, but I think you have to take into
We
All
said
the
the same
players
thing
wanted
about
him out
Tony
for a reason.
DeAngelo, though.
Yeah, D'Angelo's a little bit different. He had issues with basically one or two players, but Evander Kane, the entire team didn't want him playing for them, and there's a reason why that they would not want him to play.
I mean, players who cause mischief tend to cause it when there seems to be no prospect of the team actually doing anything. And San Jose is a different beast to Edmonton Oilers, particularly if the Oilers can sort of resurrect their campaign, which they're currently in the process of doing. I think he's got a lot to play for. There's a lot of motivation on his behalf to actually not be poisonous in the locker room and to be a productive. I mean, I actually think there's a real opportunity here for Evander Kane partnered up with Connor McDavid. You could really see something pretty special going forward. So, yeah, look, I'm actually quite optimistic about this partnership.
He's going to score goals. He's definitely going to. He's playing with McDavid. And I'm not saying Evander Kane is a bad player, but he is bad for the locker room. Yeah. The Oilers have zero chance of making it in the playoffs. Not that they've done anything in the playoffs recently either, but they are not going to do well in the playoffs because Evander Kane is locker room poison. The same that Zach Parise is for the Islanders and Ryan Suter for Dallas. Both of those players are locker room poison. Yeah, Nick, I know you're looking at.
He's been pretty good with the Isles. I don't know what you're talking about. The Isles love him there.
He may be putting points on the board, but he is a stuck-up. He thinks that he thought he was the Minnesota.
That's coming from a Wild fan, though. That's like someone talking about their ex. You're going to make fun of them regardless. So that's not really fair.
Yeah, but when your GM buys, I'm not going to talk long about this. But when your GM buys out these players, and Wild are going to have to pay their salary, Wild are in cap hell for 3 years. But Guerin decided to get rid of Suter and Parise and put themselves in cap hell for 3 years for a reason, because they are locker room poison. And I believe Kane is the same.
The production just wasn't there either, though, from Parise. Like, these guys got paid fat money, and they did absolutely nothing with it. So, I mean, I think when you couple that with, sure, maybe they did have some locker room issues, I think that's probably ultimately why they chose to move on.
Yeah. As AJ says, Kane was not a likable person here in Buffalo. I don't think Winnipeg liked him. I don't think any team he's played for has liked him. But he probably will score some goals. So
And
if
he's probably, other than Leon Draisaitl, the best player that Connor McDavid's ever skated with.
yeah, he might score some goals. So that is good for if you're betting props. That's good. But
Yes.
ultimately, if I was an Oilers fan, I would not be happy with this. We'll go to the next game. New Jersey is in Carolina. New Jersey plus 240, Carolina minus 300, total 6.5 in this game as well. So we're seeing a lot of 6.5s. Let's see, starting goaltenders. Nedeljkovic, or no, sorry, that's Detroit game. Aranta is starting for Carolina. Nobody is confirmed yet for New Jersey. In this game, I have Teravainen to get an assist at plus 110, and that is it. As I said, it's kind of a lighter card for me. I'm going with a lot of props. I didn't really like a lot of this card. I would lean to Carolina on the puck line, but at minus 115, I don't like taking puck lines unless they're plus money. So, and I also looked at Carolina props, and I just couldn't find anything to do in this game. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, this is a rematch of a game that I believe happened about a week ago. And Carolina lost that game 7-4. That was the last time they haven't put up at least 3.75 expected goals for in a game. And we look here at this spot here. I think Carolina gets the revenge in this game for that loss, and I expect them to put some goals up on the board. I got Carolina's team total over 3.5. It was minus 160, minus 165 when I got it, so it was a little juicy. But this is a spot here where I think Carolina puts up at least 5. So I'm going to look at Carolina to get over that 3.5 team total. Wasn't going to touch the full game total because New Jersey has been trending a little bit towards the under for expected goals recently. But I'm going to trust the offense here for the Carolina Hurricanes to get the job done here and just get me 4 goals. So team total over 3.5 here with the Carolina Hurricanes.
All right, Money Mac.
Yeah. Carolina, they definitely one of the top teams in the East this year. They're 7-0 in their last 7 on one-day rest. They're putting up 3.7 goals at home, only letting in 2.37. Jersey's only getting 2.5 goals on the road and giving up 3.89 goals on the road. So I grabbed Carolina race to 4 minus 120. Same thing I did with this Florida game. The chalk was just too much. There's no value left on the regulation or puck line. So I grabbed the race to 4 at minus 120. I also like Svechnikov to score a goal at plus 145.
All right. Our resident Carolina Hurricanes fan, Andy, what do you think in this game?
Yeah. So Carolina should get the revenge here and win in a dominant fashion. And when they win at home, it generally is via the puck line. But I don't like the goaltender situation at all here. And Carolina just they lose to these teams. Look at the teams that Carolina loses to. They lose to losing teams and they beat the winning teams. So they very much play to the quality and caliber of the team that they're facing. Perhaps the fact that they just lost to this team might overcome that for them and get their focus in on this game. And so I think I'm not touching this game, but I think ways to potentially attack it would be maybe to take Carolina puck line in the first period, or the race to 4 goals I like also. If Freddie was in goal, I'd be all over the Carolina puck line here. But with the goaltender situation, I don't know if I fully trust Carolina in this particular game.
All right. Before we go to that sports guy, everybody on Twitter, come jump on the YouTube, ask us some questions, bring on some comments. We appreciate it. Everybody on YouTube, remember to smash the like button and the subscribe button as well if you haven't. That sports guy, what do you think here? Carolina, New Jersey.
I haven't officially taken anything, but I think kind of like you guys said, it's tough to find value here. I do expect Carolina to have a nice revenge spot here after that loss last time out. Um, so I think if you are looking for value and what I might take, it's probably the race to 4 at -120. I think that's probably the only place to look here. I personally don't lay puck lines when they're minus money, so I'm definitely not going to touch that. Before that last start, Ranta was looking pretty good this year, pretty decent. I don't think he had let in more than 3, but he's had one start in the month of January, and he got pulled in that one start. I think was it the Jackets he played? I'm not even sure. He started once this month, and he got lit up, and he got pulled early, and so I mean he hasn't played too much lately for me to trust a puck line. So I think expect Carolina to come out hungry, put up goals themselves, get to 4, and I'm not sure kind of what the Devils will be able to do on the other side. I mean, offensively, you look at that team over their last 7 games. I got them with an average expected goal total of 3.2 per game. So I mean, offensively, they are doing all right. So I think they will be able to sneak a couple past Ranta. So maybe a play on the over 6.5 at plus 100, but I usually don't touch those. So I think probably the Carolina race to 4 is where to look.
The other thing, just to say, also, this is our Whalers night tonight, which is held annually. For those who don't know, like beforehand, quite a while back, we used to be the Hartford Whalers, and so once a year we have an annual Whalers night, which sort of pays acknowledgement to that history that we have. So they're probably going to be wearing their retro sweaters, and there'll be a lot of sort of fanfare. Now, I don't know if this is going to hype everyone up and be a distraction, or allow I think this goes one of 2 ways. Either Carolina's is completely distracted and the Devils jump on them early, and then we get some kind of crazy upset result again, or Carolina absolutely destroys New Jersey.
Still
I
should be
love the Hartford Whalers jersey.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll be rooting for Carolina just because they're wearing that jersey. I've Teravainen to get an assist too. So and Carolina is in my parlay. I will discuss my parlay at the end. We will go on to the next game here. Vegas is in Tampa Bay. Plus 125 for Vegas. Minus 145 for Tampa Bay. A total of 6 in this game. For me, I like nothing. I like nothing in this game. Tampa Bay is on my parlay, so I will get to my parlay afterwards. But I couldn't really find any bets, any single bets that I wanted to do. I was looking at Tampa Bay team total. I couldn't really get a feel for this game other than Tampa Bay money line. But I didn't want to take that at minus 145, so I put it in my parlay. Nick, what do you think here, Vegas and Tampa?
Yeah, I have 2 spots I liked in this game. Looking at these 2 teams, Tampa Bay has had at least 3.5 expected goals on offense in 4 of their last 5 games. 4 of their last 5 have also had at least 6.5 or higher expected goals. Vegas have had at least 7 expected goals in 4 of their last 5 games. And actually on defense, they've really struggled at giving up at least 3.16 expected goals defensively in their last 5 games. So this one was actually pretty plain and simple for me. I took over in this game. I got it over 6 at minus 115. I also have Tampa Bay's team total over 3.5 at plus 105. And then I believe my goal scorer for this was Braden Point, which I got at, I believe, plus 120 or plus 140. So over 3.5 team total for Tampa, over 6 full game for me here. I expect goals.
All
right, Money Mac, what do you think in this game? Vegas, Tampa.
Vegas, Tampa. Yeah, I got Tampa money line minus 140. Tampa's 4-0 after a win. Vegas is 1-5 on the last 6 on one day's rest, and 1-4 in their last 5 is dog. So you don't see Tampa too often at this kind of price. I know Vegas still missing a few guys, I believe. But with Vasilevsky going in net tonight, I like Tampa to take care of business at home. They are a tough home team, and expect them to win.
All right. Andy, Vegas, Tampa. What do you think?
Yeah, Kucherov is out, isn't he?
Yeah, Kuch is out tonight.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I don't know about this game. I have a feeling Vegas may cause the upset here. I'm going to stay away from the side. I agree there'll be goals. I'm just going to go for two plus money props here. The first one is both teams to score in the first period, plus 155. And for both teams to score 3 goals at plus 190.
All right. That's Sports Guy. What do you think here, Vegas, Tampa? Sports Guy, are you there?
Yeah, one sec here.
problem.
Vegas, Tampa. Yeah, for me. So I think this is an easy over spot as well. If you look at what kind of echoing on what Nick said there, Vegas in terms of their defensive play as of late is not looking good. Giving up expected goals, and in terms of high danger chances over the last 10 games, are averaging 14.5 high danger chances against. So that coupled with a Tampa team who's got an expected goal total over around 3.5 over the last 10 games. I mean, that's the recipe for goals, in my opinion. And as for a side here, I don't know. I kind of want to lean towards Vegas on the road with a chance to upset, but I mean, the way they're playing right now defensively, it kind of makes me hesitate on that. I don't know if I want to trust it. But they are 7-2 in their last 9 games on the road. So I mean, I wouldn't really hate it if somebody wanted to take a shot on Vegas on the money line. But for me personally, I think the easiest play is to just take the over, and then the first period, both teams to score as well. I really like that look. I think that's at plus 160 on my book right now. So I think that's probably it for me, is just those two. And I might watch this game live and try and get a feel for it and see who takes the lead and if I think the other team can come back. But I think just the simplest thing to do is take the over and just watch what should be a good hockey game.
All right. We will move on along here. The next game is Toronto is in Detroit. Minus 275 for Toronto, plus 225 for Detroit. Total of 6 in this game as well. Toronto 4-0-1 in their last 5 in Detroit. Toronto's 11-6-2 on the road this year. Detroit 13-7-3. They are a much better home team than on the road. Toronto 6-2-1 in their last 9. 5-2-2 to the over. I like some goals in this game. Toronto is the 3rd best road scoring team. 3.37 goals against, or 3.37 goals for. I am going to take Toronto race to 4 goals. I got that at plus 100 for half a unit. I like the Leafs here tonight. I didn't want to take the puck line. It's minus 110 now. So I got race to 4 at plus 100. I think Leafs get to 4 goals, and I don't think Detroit does. However, it is Mrazek in net for the Leafs. So I do expect Detroit to get 2 goals here at least. I would not talk anybody off the total 6. It was a big lean for me, but I just didn't pull the trigger. But I like Toronto race to 4. Nick, what do you think here, Toronto, Detroit? You're on mute.
Yeah, I forgot I muted myself. Yeah, this is a game I did not personally get to. I was kind of leaning a little bit towards the under 6, because both these teams have been actually trending a little bit more towards the under expected goal-wise. Both these teams, 3 of their last 5 games have gone under the total of 6 expected goals. Detroit hasn't really generated too many expected goals in the last 5 games as well. I didn't dive too deeply into this game, but I think it would be a lean towards Detroit team total under and the under in general in this game for me, but I didn't bet anything in this spot.
All right. Our resident Leafs fan, Money Mac, what do you think here?
Well, on paper, Toronto's clearly the better team here. They are 4-1 in their last 5 in Detroit and 13-3 in the last 16 meetings overall. Like you said, they're the second best road scoring team, 3.37. So I grabbed Toronto's team total at over 3.5 at minus 135. Don't really feel like playing around with a side or the total. I could see it going both ways. With Detroit being tired, I'm not sure they can contribute to the over here. It is a back-to-back for them, but with little travel. So I'm just going to ride the better offensive team here for to get me to 4 goals.
All right, Andy, what do you think here, Leafs in Detroit?
Yeah, I'm on race to 4 goals at minus 105 for Toronto.
Race to 5 goals? Or race to 4?
Race to 4, minus 105. Yep.
Yeah, same as me. I like it. That's Sports Guy. What do you think, Leafs and Red Wings?
I gave this one out last night. I took Leafs in regulation at minus 140. I got 2 units on that. Normally, I don't really play juice at minus 140, minus 130, but I thought when I saw this line drop, minus 140 for a win in regulation is too good to pass up. Obviously, everybody knows here the Leafs are the better team. Detroit is coming home on the second night of a back-to-back here after playing an overtime game in Pittsburgh last night, where they played pretty well. I think they kind of controlled the pace of play there in that game. So for me here, I think that coming off the back-to-back, we might see him come out a little slow. Mrazek, he hasn't been great in his starts this year, but he had that decent start last time out against the Islanders. So I'm hoping he can build off that here. So for me, it's Toronto in regulation minus 140. I think that line is probably gone now. I'm assuming it's around minus 170, minus 180. I don't know if anybody's able to. Or I can check that myself actually on my computer.
Yeah, it's minus 170 on my book.
Yeah, minus 170 now. I mean, at this point, you probably can't touch it. But when I saw it at minus 140, I had to take it and had to give it out to my VIP right away. So at this point now, if you were probably going to bet this game, I would look towards the Toronto race to 4. I think would probably be your best bet here. The team total is sitting at minus 135 for over 3.5 goals, whereas you can get the race to 4 at even money on my book. So that's a 35-cent difference. I mean, that's probably your best bet.
Yeah, I like it. That's what I took in this game. We will move on to the game of the night. This is it. The Buffalo Sabres. Tim, I hope you're in the chat. Your Buffalo Sabres plus 115 are at Arizona Coyotes minus 135. A total of 6. I don't know if we've ever seen such a great game between two amazing teams. No, not at all. This is 2 bums, as Nick likes to say, a bum fight. That is this game. Arizona has lost. They've lost their last 4 by multiple goals. Except last night they lost by 1. Buffalo 3-1 in their last 7. Buffalo is also 3-2 in their last 5 in Arizona. For this game, I was all expecting to go on Arizona here with the Buffalo goalie news. Craig Anderson is making his return to the net. He played very well for Buffalo earlier on in the season. I don't know how he's going to play. He could come out here and play great, or he could play awful. Arizona, on the other hand, minus 135 for Arizona. No thanks. This is an absolute pass for me. I can't take anything in this game. Nick, I know you have something in this game, though. What do you think, Buffalo, Arizona?
Oh yeah, love me a good old fashioned bum fight. Yes. Yeah. If this was my show right now, I did that this morning. I click my 1-800-GAMBLER thing and saying, "Stop it, get some help," and then make a play on this game. Looking at this spot here, I liked an under, which I didn't bet the under in general because of Craig Anderson. That's a huge question mark for me. I took that completely out of the mix here. And I just took Buffalo's team total under 2.5. They had the only time they've gotten more than 2.5 expected goals on offense in the last 5 games was 5 games ago against Detroit. Since then, 2.22, 2.37, 2.17, 2.20. And I said this last night in defense of me having Boston's team total under. And this is Karel Vejmelka this time. So this is Vejmelka for Vezina, who's this if I can speak, this Arizona team has been able to limit chances by their opponents. They play a lot slower of a game. I've noticed they've played a lot better defensively recently. And I saw on DraftKings, unfortunately, I'm not able to bet on this book, but if I would have either a quarter or a half unit play on plus 1,000. You can get the Arizona Coyotes to win with a shutout. I think Vejmelka can potentially shut out these Sabres tonight. So I like the Arizona Coyotes in regulation at plus 120. Unfortunately, my book still seeing that the lines flipped. I believe that Arizona was a underdog last night, and they were a favorite this morning, and my book just hasn't adjusted to it. And so it's still showing plus 1.5 at minus 275, and I can't bet a puck line here with Arizona unless I would. So I'm going Arizona in regulation then, and the team total under for the Buffalo Sabres at 2.5 at plus 110. The team total under for Buffalo is my best bet of the night.
All right, Money Mac, what do you think, Sabres and Coyotes?
Not much to say about this game. Like you guys said, good old-fashioned bum fight. I call it a garbage game.
You're cutting in and out.
It's just a garbage game here, and I want no part of it. If I was forced to play something off this game, I'd look at Clayton Keller at plus 200 anytime goal scorer, especially with Anderson coming back in net tonight. I have to think he's going to be a little bit shaky and a little bit rusty to start, and the only offensive talent that Arizona really has is Clayton Keller. So to see him sitting at plus 200, I think that'd be the only play if you had to play this game. But I would suggest stay away. I just stay away, far, far, far away from this game. Don't touch it.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Not touching it at all. Andy, the game of the night, Sabres and Coyotes. You got a play in it?
Yeah, Money Mac already gave it out. Clayton Keller, anytime goal scorer, plus 190. I've got it at. And that's the. Look, if you're going to go for something in this game, make sure you've got plus money. There's absolutely no reason why you should be taking juiced odds in this game, because if you're gonna risk your money on it, you may as well get the reward. So if you like the Coyotes, take them to win in regulation at plus 140, or even to win on the puck line at almost plus 200. So yeah, I'm not touching the side. I'm not touching the total. But I think Clayton Keller gets a goal.
All right. That's Sports Guy. What do you think here, Sabres and Coyotes?
It's a pass for me. I think, like Andy kind of just said, if you're not getting plus money on anything for a game like this, I mean, why bother betting it? I think it'd be a lean for the Oats in regulation, just seeing Anderson coming back after a little while, but I don't think I would touch it. Thoughts on a draw? Fuck, I don't know. Shoot your shot, I guess.
I mean, is Anderson what happens if he needs to be pulled? Who goes in net?
Tim's on his way to Arizona right now, so I think Tim's the emergency backup.
I was going to say, would we see an e-bug situation tonight? Does Buffalo even have anybody backing Anderson up?
I don't think they do. I have no idea who they do if they do.
I'm pretty sure there has to be a backup. I don't know who it would be, but I'm pretty sure that there has to be
It's going to be someone from ASU, I presume. They've just called someone up as an emergency from the Arizona State University because they've got no one. I mean, Anderson shouldn't even be going out into net. I don't believe he's ready.
It's probably a forced return here tonight for Anderson. If they had their choice, I'm sure he'd be a little bit later in the year coming back.
And the
Dustin
interesting
Tokarski
thing
is traveling with the team.
Oh, he is? Tokarski.
Tokarski.
So that's how they started the season, was Tokarski and
I wonder if there's any way they can get a temporary reprieve on Dell's sort of suspension for one game.
I got a running theory about that, man. I think he knew he had the showdown against Reg Malka coming up here, and I think he did some shit on purpose. He was trying to avoid this matchup.
He didn't want the direct comparison for fear it might harm his Vesna future
Well, the Sabres actually put Dell on waivers, so he is will be a free
Nobody's
agent.
picking up that bum.
Every team in the NHL will be grasping for him. I'm sure somebody will.
Well, that's good news for Colorado. Then that should sort out their problem.
Yeah, that would be a great Dell to Colorado. Speaking of Colorado, we won't go over tomorrow's games, but Buffalo is playing in Colorado tomorrow. So Anderson either has to go back-to-back or Tokarski will play. All I know is I think
mega super puck line, Colorado tomorrow. I'll
Be
lay 700 on them. Like, I don't care.
Additional
Alex just joined the chat.
An audition for Dell. Unfortunately, he's still suspended.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I think Colorado team total over 4.5
in the first period.
In the first period. Oh, that would be nice odds, but we shall see. Tim,
stop smoking whatever you're smoking, please.
Yeah, pass it along, Tim, because you're betting Buffalo money line versus Colorado. I want some of what you're smoking there. We will go on here. Vancouver is in Calgary. Plus 160 for Vancouver, minus 180 for Calgary. The final game of the night. A total of 5.5 here. This game, I also don't have anything. So because it's final game, I'll go over my parlay. So I did do a quarter unit parlay. No big surprise here. It has favorites on it. Florida money line, Carolina money line, Toronto money line, Tampa Bay money line, and Calgary money line. Quarter unit plus 521 on that 5-gamer. Just a little small little bit of fun for the night. I think Calgary wins this game. Vancouver, the odds though, plus 160, definitely got my attention. But I didn't pull the trigger. I went with Calgary instead. They're playing very well. They have won they're 4-1 in their last 5 at home versus Vancouver. So they played well. I like the Flames here in my parlay. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, let's play the game of which one of those 5 teams is going to ruin your parlay. I'm just kidding. I don't think it's this last team though. Calgary comes into this game. They've put up at least 3.93 expected goals in 3 of their last 4 games. And Vancouver does give up chances. They've given up at least 3 expected goals against in 3 of their last 5. Both these teams come into this game. 4 of their last 5 have gone over this 5.5 expected goal total. So this one was actually pretty simple for me. Over 5.5 and team total over 3.5 for the Calgary Flames. I think this is like a 4-2 type of game where the Flames take care of business and the game goes over. So over for the full game and team total over for the Flames.
All right, Money Mac.
Yeah, it's what I'll. This is the game I got my best bet on. I got Calgary in regulation, minus 125. Calgary is the better team, but they just got waxed last game, 6-0, I believe it was, or 5-1. Sorry, Vancouver. They've been playing better as of late, but they're 1-4 in their last 5 in Calgary, and 3-8 in the last 11 overall. Favorites 7-3 in the last 10 in this matchup, with Calgary putting up three goals for and only giving up 2.3. With Vancouver only getting 2.75 and giving up 3. I definitely think it's going to be a tighter game, but I do see Calgary getting, like what Nick said, a 4-2, about a 4-2 win. But didn't want to touch the total here. Markstrom is confirmed for Calgary, so I do give Calgary the goaltending edge here. I see Demko is not projected, but that's who Daily Faceoff has up right now. I don't know if he's gonna.
He's confirmed.
Is he
Demko,
confirmed now?
Yeah, Demko's
Okay.
confirmed.
All right. So now we got a second goalie making his return to play here after a long time off. I expect him to be a little bit shaky. I also like Kachuk at plus 140 anytime goal scorer. He's been playing well of late, and definitely can see him finding the net against a goalie who's just trying to get his footing again. So Kachuk, anytime goal scorer, plus 140, and Calgary in regulation, minus 125.
All right. I'm just going to highlight this comment here. AJS said about my spreadsheet. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. The link is actually on the homepage there on the About section. You'll find road and home splits for goals for, goals against, power play, penalty kill. You'll see my picks on there. I do little stats / some little write-ups. And also you can find Terry and Friends record. The updated record is there as well. Andy, final game of the night, Vancouver, Calgary. What do you think here?
I'd like to hear what that sports guy has to say about this game first, if possible.
All right, our resident Vancouver Canucks fan. What do you think here, Canucks and Flames?
Fuck. This is where you caught up to me here. Give me 1 second. Okay. So for this game, for me personally, I'm making a play on the over 5.5. I think you're going to see Demko here making a return after a little bit of time off. Not too much time off, but still some time off, which it honestly could be beneficial for him at the same time, just because he is near the top of the league in minutes played. If you look at that, I mean, they've kind of ran him into the ground. Guys like him, Saros, are just playing every other night. I think Markstrom's another guy. A lot of these guys are getting a lot of minutes, so this week off could be beneficial. But I think he might come back a little rusty, and this is a tough team you want to come up or face when you're coming back here. This is a team with expected goal totals well over 3.5 and where do I got here? Well over 3.5 over their last 10 games. It's at 0.75. I know the Flames are 3-6 here in their last 9 games, but if you go by expected goals, they should be sitting at a 7-2 record. So they just weren't getting the right bounces, I feel like, for a while there. So this team, we finally saw them click offensively for a little while. That line of that has Gaudreau and Kachuk on it. Obviously, we've seen them kind of hit their stride. So I think this is a Calgary team who's playing good hockey. I think they'll be able to put up goals. And then Vancouver on the other side, they're getting Horvat back tonight, which is big for that team. I think now they got their top 3 centers back. If they move PD back to, or if they slot Bo in and keep JT and PD split up, they'll have their top 3 centers back. I just think the over is probably the safest play here. And it's tough to give out Vancouver money line. Just looking at, let me pull this up at their last few games here. They've kind of been. I know they beat the Jets 5-1, but they lost the expected goal battle there. They gave up a decent number of chances to Winnipeg. They didn't look great. And then the Oilers game, they had a lead, but I don't think they should have won. They were lucky to get a point in that, in my opinion. So it's tough to endorse this Vancouver team, but at plus 160, I think I might just do it. I don't know if I would take the Flames in regulation. I know Money Mac said he gives the edge to the Flames in goaltending, but I see Markstrom here for a few years. I think Demko is just as good, if not a little better. I think Markstrom just has a better team plan in front of him. But that's another whole conversation. So give me the over 5.5, and then I might end up taking a stab at Vancouver money line. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's tough with how Calgary's playing, for sure.
All right. Andy, what do you think here? Canucks and Flames.
So, I mean, the Calgary Flames, they're a feast or famine team. Okay, so they either win big, lose big. The last time they won or lost by a single goal was back in early December. So, pick the winner and take their puck line or reverse puck line even. Because this team is not playing close games, whether they win them or lose them. If you like Calgary Flames, take them on the puck line, -1.5. I actually think that the odds are wrong here. I don't understand why the Canucks are such a big dog with Thatcher Demko in net. I personally am going to back the Canucks in this spot. But if you like the Flames, I reckon you just take them to win on the puck line, because every time they've won since December 9, they have covered the puck line.
All right.
Yeah.
We have done well here, under an hour. So we actually had 5 of us, and we did pretty well. We will move on to best bets and best parlay pieces. I will go last, just so that the scroller will be able to go and still give people time to read it. So I'll go last. Nick, what's your best bet and best parlay piece?
Best bet will be Buffalo Sabres team total under 2.5 at +110. And then my best parlay piece is going to be the Carolina Hurricanes on the money line.
All right, and that was -300 at my book for that. Money Mac, Calgary and Reg is your best bet, -125, right?
Yeah.
And your best parlay piece?
Toronto team total over 3.5, -135.
-135.
Yep.
All right, Andy?
So my best bet is going to be the Vegas and Tampa first period. Both teams to
Get out of
score.
here, man.
And what?
Wow.
I
And
think you
that
just
is,
know he's still.
that's +155. And my parlay piece will be Edmonton Oilers moneyline -250.
All right. That's Sports Guy. Nothing, if he did just steal your best bet, nothing wrong with both doing the same best bet, as long as
How can I steal something that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, no, he didn't steal it because obviously he said it first. We've had no communication. But I guess you could say great.
You can take the same one. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. No, it was either over 6 or first period, both teams to score. I ended up going with the first period, both teams to score, and that was my best bet. I got lucky in that Florida Vegas game. I made that my best bet, and Barkov scored a fucking shorty with like 40 seconds left in the first. So I'll go back to the well with it here. Again, with this Vegas team, I'll go first period, both teams to score. What do you have that at, Terry?
I gave it to you what Andy just said, +155.
Let me see if my book's giving me like 5 cents better here.
So that means there'll be no separation at the top of the table.
Well, yeah, no matter what.
I felt like yesterday. I think me and Mel had the same best bet. The Capitals and the Stars over 5.5, and that was kind of bush league, man. Like the Caps put up 5, the Stars didn't contribute to that over at all. So I think I should still be undefeated, but whatever, it is what it is.
Yesterday was a rough day for the show. Best bets.
I hope you're not about to embark on a Philadelphia Flyers spiral.
You see me just lose 13 straight. If I get to like 5, 6 straight up, I'll probably drop off this show. I don't want to bring the record down like that.
Well, the record needs a boost. What's your best parlay piece?
Oh shit, forgot about that. Best parlay piece. What do we got the Oilers team total at?
Let's see.
I got it at 3.5 at -150 for the Oilers. I don't know if that's
Done.
different now though.
2.5 minus 390, 3.5 minus
3.5.
150.
3.5 minus 150. Best parlay piece. Lock it in.
Edmonton team total over 3.5 minus 150. All right, 1 second here. All right. All right. For me, Toronto race to 4 goals, minus 105. And my best parlay piece is Florida money line, minus 340. I like the Panthers to get the win here. And then Toronto race to 4. We will jump in the comments here. Tim's best bet is Sabres money line. Exactly. That's why I did not allow him to put a best bet in. No. Best bets only for people that have been on the NHL show can put in a best bet. And then even if they're not on the show, they are able to send it to me within an hour before the show starts. And I read them out for them. So that is it for this game. Sorry?
No, I was saying we really didn't get that over in that Jets game, eh? Fuck.
Yeah.
What a letdown.
That was close. It was a close one there. We will end off the stream here. Everybody watching on Twitter, join us on YouTube. We love having the live chat. Everybody hit the subscribe, like, share out to your friends, spread the word. We're a week and a day old, so still obviously new. And thanks everybody for coming and watching. And good luck tonight. As always, we'll end off with the record here, hoping to have a nice boost for Monday's record. We'll see what happens. Best of luck to everybody, and have yourself a good night.